Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Keep It Concise. Let's get into the show. Yo. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Concise. We are here with the Keep It Concise podcast, man. Shout out to everybody that continues to tune in every weekend, Sunday night. I usually do this at 10 p.m. Tonight, I had to do it at 11 p.m. I had some friends and family over, but we're going to go ahead and do this, man. Let's go ahead and discuss my list. But before we even do that, let's go ahead and see where everybody's from. Just shout out for where you're from. I like to know where all my audience is tuning in at, and I do appreciate y'all. Fatal, what's going on? I appreciate you tuning in. Track the Trailer Cuts, what's up? Michael Davis, what's up? What's going on with y'all? Hopefully y'all having a great evening. Y'all had a great weekend, man. I had a blast, to be honest. Today was one of the long days. We honored our pastor this Sunday, and we did, a few things at the church, and we had a Sunday, dinner too. That thing, man, I tell you right now, that make you stuck for real when you had that church food. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say church food. You want to take a nap right after that. Florida in the building. That's good. That's good. We got Dallas, Texas. What's going on, Ronnie? I appreciate you. 2 up, 2 down. We got VA in the building. What up, Niger? That voice. Let's hear that voice. Mr. Williams, yo, what's going on? Kick my brother. Kansas. I don't know where that's at. If that's an abbreviation, I apologize. I have no idea, but I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Go ahead. Y'all seen the title. Y'all seen the title. I would like to do this because I think that it has to be a conversation. I've seen a lot of comments. I appreciate everybody watching my video when it comes to my list. So let me go ahead and get the list up. And for those that don't know, go ahead and watch my YouTube video right before this. It is the top trimmers in August. I did that. Okay, hold on. Wait. South Cadillac. And here. Is that Georgia? I think that's Georgia. Herman Karras, what's going on? So yeah, I did my best trimmers so far this year. I think that's a okay time to do the list. So South Carolina. Okay, I had a feeling. My bad. But I had to do it, y'all. I had to do it. Let's go ahead and talk about this. Let's get this full screen, Nate. You know what? I downloaded this. I don't even know why I'm acting like I didn't download this. Well, yeah, let's talk about this list. So this is my list. IG. If I was y'all, I would hop on YouTube so you can see everything. This is my top list right now. And I did all around in hitters. And all those that don't know what a hitter is a trimmer that all it can do, this best thing that it can do is line up. That's literally the best thing it can do is line up. And everything else, it might not be great at, but it can line up. So I did it. I did that. I had third place, second place, and first place when it comes to hitter. And then all around, I basically just gave this 1 through 6 with the all around, how I did my points and everything like that. So I'm in the comments. The comments is kind of going in the way that I usually think how the comments are always going to go. But I'm curious. There's some people are saying some stuff about the Anise Phenom. So my question is this: for those that have anything you want to discuss when it comes to the top trimmers, let's go live. Go ahead and hit that email up. Let's go live. ConcisetheBarber@gmail.com. Text trimmers 2025, and I will send you a link so we can go live. But let's get back to the list, right? Let's get back to this list. For y'all to say that, like some people are getting upset about the sabers. Anytime you see the cyborg trimmer, just basically put that as the saber. They're basically the same trimmer. And I don't, how can I see this? How can I say this? Like, there's not much of a difference. Not much of a difference. So there's no point for me to put up both. If I like the sabers more, I'll have the sabers on this thumbnail more than the sideboard. You get what I'm saying? So that's just my thoughts when it comes to that. You said okay, I thought the list was precisely concise. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That was nice. My man trying to get some cool points. He said hitter going to be the saber trimmer with the Everence blade. Now, here's my thing about that, Sarge. Nothing wrong with that. That's more of a customized, modified type of blade that it doesn't come as is. Majority of my stuff is going to be as is. Now, if we go modified, what's the best modified trimmer collab to have? But honestly, we could be here for days. We could be here for days, to be honest. So to me, this list right here, I would honestly, my top 6 compared to anybody else's top 6. Easy. I would use these against anybody else's. Whatever you think you have different, whatever you say is better than this or that. I mean, I would test each, whatever you will replace one of these with, I would test it. I would test it. I don't mind doing that. Like, I would love for somebody to go live with me. We both do a live cut, right? You use your trimmer, I use my trimmer, and we see how well they line up. Not only do we do that, then we ask our clients how well do they feel. I'm not mad at that. I think that, I think that's fair. You said Stylecraft Instincts is the best, bro. Caleb, what are they the best at? What are they the best at? Would you say all around? Because I can tell you 2 things about the Stylecraft Instinct that it's not best at. Or where it has the most effect. Because there's one thing it does. 2 things. And I like it. Trust me, that's in anybody's, it could be in anybody's top 3. I said that before in the video. It could be anybody's top 3. But it being the best, I could tell you 2 things off the bat, Caleb, why to me it's not the best. And let me just put myself up here. Y'all can't even see me. But I could tell you 2 things why it's not the best. Because to me, there's my list, the top trimmers, what I did, like how I rated them, all of that stuff matters. Wait. But up the list in your order, concise. Oh, put up. You said put up the list. Fada, watch the video. I want you. Who's seen the video? Who's seen the video? If you've seen the video, matter of fact, that's a good random giveaway. What is my list? Whoever can give me my list, I'll DM you. Whoever can do it first, and we can go from there. And I'll do a giveaway. That's a nice one. What's the list out of these 6? What's number 6? What's number 5? What's number 4? What's number 3? Number 2? Number 1? When it comes to all around trimmer, because I did all around trimmer first, and then what's my list when it comes to the hitters? What's in 3rd place, 2nd place, and 1st place? Man, I can't wait to hear this one. So I'm gonna hop off of IG. If y'all want to continue watching this, hop on YouTube, ConcisetheBarber, and we're gonna go from there. All right, so I mean, if you haven't seen the video, watch the video. You'll see why I say what I say. All right, what we got? The different, bro. There's that. That's like saying Hannah Montana. Nah. They're not different, Sarge. The cyborg and the saber trimmer, 2 things that makes it different. 3 things. Weight, USB-C, and ergonomics. That is it. Everything else is basically the same. Charged with the crazy comparison. I know, right? Let's go over your top hitters, not overall trimmer. Oh. The 245 is a hitter. I love them for lining up. Still feel awkward being backwards, but solid. I think that's how they really should be. I'm wondering if there's going to be another brand that comes up with that same flow. Let me turn this light up a little bit. All right, there I go. I just wanted to turn it up a little bit. Instincts don't hit. They can debulk. They can hit. They can hit. There's two things though. There's two things, honestly, two things that you can't get past when it comes to them. My top 3 hitters are the T45, High Vis, and GTX. I agree. He said, I synced it. Do you not mess with TPOB anymore? What do you think about the play? Nah, I did. We did business one time, and that was about it. But it seemed like his play is getting good traction from all the other people that are like reviewing his stuff and everybody talking about it. So it seems like a good product. So if that's what you rock with it. I watched the video, but we need up on the screen so we're all on the same page. Okay. Cyborg and High Vis, the best go-to. That's not bad. Overall list and hitter list, yep. I'm gonna see who got it. GTX2, Cyborg, Saber, T45, top 3 overall. If you're saying that's my list, no. Black Masters versus Phenom. Pedro, you know what? I'll say it like this. Sometimes there are some things that is good at versus, and then there's some things that are great at collaborations. The Black Masters collaborating with the Phenom, having those two is way better than saying Black Masters versus the Phenom. Because to me, I love the Black Masters. It's a master. So why wouldn't I? But at the same time, you got the Phenoms that can do and be somewhat of a master. So you gotta you might have to like that feel of the Black Masters and how they sound and how they cut. If you don't, then you're okay with the Phenom. But me, I'm doing both. I like both. Phenom and Onyx are also overall. Yeah. TPOB play? Question mark. Sorry I came in late, but can you do an all-time top hit video clipper? I know you do the year, but I want to know the GOAT of all clippers. Oh, I got the GOAT. Jacob. Hold on. Let me you know what? Let me go ahead and add this back. Let me go ahead and go to my GOATs. Where my GOAT video at? That's on my channel too. I don't know how I did it though. Did I do it in a short? No, I did it. I did a video. Oh yeah, here you go, right here. And I don't care what nobody say about my because I compared it with basketball players. So and they're my GOATs. You know, y'all can say what y'all want to say, but here it go right here. I gotta remove this. All right. Come on. My GOAT. See, clippers and trimmers. Well, that's 2024, but still, 11 months ago. Check this one out. You know what I'm saying? It's a dope video. It's a dope video. Those are my GOATs though. Like probably is still going to be my goats. Now I do this every year. I do switch it out to clippers and trimmers. What's the best of that year and stuff like that. But my goats are my goats. Like I will always use a fast feed. I'll always use a detachable clipper. I'll always use probably a cyborg saber somewhere. I'll always use a senior or a JRL. Like I just have my goats. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You said the corded masters, the goat. Yeah, all time goat is the corded outliner. Are the black masters better at debulking than the phenom? Me personally, I'm gonna say yeah, but I'm saying yeah because, well, I don't know. I just like the crisp sound. See, hair texture it matters, but the black masters, you know what it is? Well, see, I can't even say that no more because the cutting blade you can switch out on the phenom too. Well, no, I don't know if you can. It's different. So I would say the masters are just a little bit more. I don't like this is hard for me to say, but it's like they're better at collabing than comparing. They both can debulk well, but the masters, honestly, being, I think this one is a rotary motor, the cordless one. The corded is a magnetic motor, but the cordless ones, if it's not brushes, then if it's just rotary with 66,000 RPMs, 65, whatever like that, it's going to debulk more better, especially with different, stronger like hair textures, like anything is in a 4. The phenom is great. Now, depending on how you have your blade set up. Now, are you talking about the phenom blade, the phase blade, the vapor, the taper blade, the fat, you know what I mean? Like all that stuff matters too, but it's just something about that the masters, like you really can't. You just can't. It's not a replaceable thing. It's an add. You add with the masters. You don't replace the masters. That's probably like the best way I could say it. All right, let me see. I'm gonna check my email, see if anybody wanted to go live. If not, that's fine. I understand. Let me refresh my page. Okay, I ain't getting nothing yet, and that's cool. But if somebody still want have that option to go live with a brother, won't stay on for too long, but we can discuss some things. Matter of fact, I would love to get somebody on that kind of disagrees, and to state your case on why about my list. I'm always curious of people's thoughts. Because to me, this list is oh, as a matter of fact, let me remove this. And let me add. Oh no, I can't. I can't add. Yeah, there we go. So y'all tell me, man, how would y'all list this 1 through 6? Nobody got my 1 through 6 the right way either yet. With the Rebel, with the Echo Blade, does it come with any updates like battery or motors, or is just the Echo Blade? To me, I think it's just the Echo Blade, to be honest, retro. But I do like it with it. I do like it with it. So, how would y'all list this from least to greatest? And next, one of my next videos that I'm doing is the it's blades. We're going to talk about blades. And there's a reason why honestly, there's a reason why we have to talk about them. I think I need to do another video. I did one on blades not so long ago, well, probably a few months ago, but I think that we have to talk about it because there's certain things that as barbers we need to know. Now, I'm a barber that's basically low key obsessed with just how things work. I'm just being honest with you. And I noticed the little differences in things. I have a degree in accounting. Okay, that's what I went to school for. But God has blessed me and and gifted me with a mind as such, also to be a barber and also to be very analytical and very observant about certain things. So that's why I speak on things the way that I do. There are differences about almost each and every last one of these blades. So we need to talk about blades. Why does the high vis hit the way does it hit? Why does the JRL have such of a soft touch as much as it does? Why is the one blade nice, but why is Babeless blades also hitters, but at the same time can be a little bit aggressive if the more closer to zero gap you have it? Why are the Annis blades not? And why are some are? Like, why is the Phenom and the GTX2, why do they cut the way they cut? Why does the T45 cut the way it cut? It's stuff like this, that I don't mind talking about. But it's also good for barbers to know what they're looking at once they pick something up. This is this right here will help you understand why you picked the trimming that you picked. If you are a certain type of barber, you have a certain type of clientele. When I say that, I mean a certain type of hair textures. Let's say you don't do nothing like above a 3. The most you do is like real like long curls or like never coils but curls, like, then there's certain stuff that you can get and there's certain stuff you don't need to get. So I think it's good to do a video on that type of stuff. Woodshed Barber said the GTX2 is the best blade, is the best in the market. Do you agree? Pedro, I think it's one of them. Hands down. Hands down is one of the best. One of the best. How can I say this though? It's not really new. It's not new. And that's one of the things I'm going to talk about. Now, the Phenom blade is new for Andis. That's new. The high vis, definitely new. The JRL, it's not new, but the way they went about their blade it was kind of smart. The one blade, they perfected the cutting blade. The Saber Cyborg blade, the one blade, they perfected the cutting blade in the way of, like, how can I say this? Like, to me, like the shape of it. Most brands are probably focusing on not just the cutting blade, but the steel blade, the thinness of the steel blade, the makeup of the blade, if it's steel. You know what I have? Well, we'll talk about that. But the MIM blade, the metal injection molding, just certain things, the coatings, the certain type of coatings they use, all that stuff plays it plays, but we'll talk about it. I can't speak on a high vis or Enforce, but of these, I say the T45, JRL, Cyborg, then Phenom. Okay, that's not bad. I'll put the Andis GTX2. No, I'll put one Andis GT. Wait. I'll put Andis GTX2. Wait, who's one? Okay, I'm bugging. 1 Andis GTX 2, 2 the wall, 3 the gold Andis, 4 Cyborg, 5 JRL, 6 T45. That's interesting. That's definitely different from my list. Not mad at that. I can play along because I don't know enough to give the names of them, so I'm just going to go by the way they're in this display. Hey, I mean, honestly, they're all great, to be honest. That bar on a JRL is underrated because people don't realize it keeps the cutting blade going straight, just left to right, not even a slight curve at its far left or right. No, that's real. That's real. See that? I mean, yes, that's real. Even their cutting. It was interesting to me that a lot of people didn't like that they came out with the. I believe their cutting blade was ceramic. I love the fact that they did that. Loved it. So, and now the Onyx, this bar right here, it works so well for them that the Amantes and low key, we'll probably see this more. I don't know if they have a patent, but we'll probably see this more. The JRO Clipper has a ceramic cutting blade, which is the key reason it operates quietly, remains cool, and has a long battery life. Yeah, that's true. In cutting my own hair, it seems the T45 combo is the best way to go. What you say? I would agree. I actually like how it feels in hand, like the ergonomics for the clipper and trimmer. And I have to be real. People just kind of clowning it. How can I say this? People clowned it before they even use the clipper or the trimmer. To me, it's like clout chasing. You know, just being honest. It's clout chasing. Why don't you get a good feel in hand to see if you like it or not? It's clout chasing, like to me. But once you get them in hand, especially the trimmers, ergonomically, yeah, they're tough. Some people's ignorance actually is keeping them away for something they'll probably like a lot. Yes, the precision on the JRL clipper with that bar moves straight, but it's a ceramic blade. The Phenom does it better with a steel cutting blade. I understand that. Fatal, that cutting blade on the JRL isn't ceramic. It's the exact same blade as the normal black Babeless cutting blade. Go check. Oh, here we go. They're going into the comments. Here we go. All right, nah, but for real, this list right here, things. How does Stephen A. say it? He says the list is fluid, right? Things can always change. Things can always change. So that's why I continue to keep doing this stuff, right? Somebody asked me earlier about the vapor not being in my, not like being one of the king of the trimmers and stuff like that. Now, I have a few of them. I have a few top clippers. And I don't know if the vapors made the list at that time. I've been using the vapors honestly more than I thought I would, especially when it comes to fading. Now, it making my top clipper of the year list, right? Is not far-fetched. It's not far-fetched, but I'm comparing it. I'm still using it. I'm still, figuring some things out with some other clippers and trimmers. But yeah, that vapor definitely could be back on the list easily. Easily. And I kept one, and I don't want to say I cheated because I put the vapor with the magic clip cutting blade, and to be honest, that modification in itself, yeah, that did the clipper even more justice. But I have the other versions. I have the purple version. I kept that as is. And me keeping that as is, you know, trying it out more and more, I rock with it. You said, oh, you said clipper, not trimmer, my bad. See, look, Mr. Wayne's about to go in. Yeah, the T45 feels good in hand. I have small hands. I don't. And that's the thing. I don't have small hands. And I do like how they feel. Babel's does not use ceramic cutting blade. Take a magnet to it if you don't believe me. There's Chinese trimmers for a fraction of the price that blow away these expensive trimmers. When you say they blow away, what do you mean they blow away? Like, are you like how they perform? JRL Clipper uses ceramic cutting blade. All of them. The Chinese trimmer blades are ceramic. Try ceramic cutters. Let's keep it at 900. I have to set up this new project. Be ready to help me. Love you, Concise. That voice. I got you. I was the manager anyway. Hey, man, you have a point because my T45 trimmer blade on my Chemi trimmer is a slapper. Chinese trimmer use ceramic cutting blades that are trash in my opinion. Yes, performance and cost. Okay, so when you say, you know what? Let me check my email. Let me check my email. I would love to go live. For anybody that wants to have that conversation. My question would be for anybody that has that stance, and I think I've talked about this multiple times before. And I do have this question, if anybody can answer. There are so many clippers and trimmers out there, especially in that international field. Why do y'all feel like they haven't taken over yet? Or have they taken over, but just in a different way? Because when you say Chinese trimmer blades, what do you mean? Why hasn't that market, the cheaper market, taken over the industry yet? Or have they? Fatal, what do you think about the ceramic blades on trimmers for debulking or nape area? They dull fast, and they aren't as precise as good steel cutting blades. I will have to agree. But the Gamma Style Craft trimmer cutting blades are ceramic, right? It's a good question. Marketing and stigma. Well, let me ask you this. You ready? What brand do you know? What brand do you know that does not use Chinese clippers and trimmers? That doesn't use. He's saying that's why they don't hit. I can't agree with that. I definitely think the one blade does hit, but what y'all are talking about is something that I am going to be somewhat discussing in my next video, breaking down blades. But not only am I going to be talking about the material of the blade, but just the blades, what they do best, what they cut best, why, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So yeah, what clipper brand does not use Chinese clippers and trimmers? Or still, let me go get one in my magnetic. And it's before Phenom, maybe. And Fatal, my Saber and Cyber trimmers hit. Yeah, so you're saying Andis, you're saying that Andis didn't wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh, no. I don't care about that. But nah, for real. Let's put this. Why did I do that? Why? Add to the stage. Oh, we brand new. There we go. Out of this lineup, right? Are these so-called Chinese clippers and like trimmers? Are these Chinese trimmers or no? You said the Kimi KM 169069. This trimmer outperform everything I have. So I have a Kimi. I have a Kimi 1856 clipper. It cuts good. Don't get me wrong. It cuts good. I don't think Andis use Chinese models until they're phenoms. Could be wrong though. Hit compared to what? Have you tried a high vis T45s? Those hit. The blade is a hitter. Honestly, the Saber trimmer is the best I ever used. Just sucks how easily the paint faded on them. I respect that. You guys talk about hit, but only uses one trimmer. Come on, guys. 1669. This trimmer outperform everything you have. Why is that? Let me look it up. I will compare it. Now, here's my thing. I see this, right? There's one thing that I notice that these blades have in common. Anytime that I got a Kimi trimmer, the trimmers, mainly the trimmers, every one of them, the blade got hot. If you telling me that this trimmer, this Kimi trimmer, the blade does not get hot within like 5 minutes, I'll be completely surprised. I would be completely surprised. And well, I haven't never used it, so we'll see. Yes, I have them all. I collect trimmers. Okay. That's what's up. So what out of this lineup, what do you have? The lineup that you see on this in this video, what do you have? And I'm definitely you saying that it will compare to anything. So this will hit better than my high vis. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I don't like I literally don't know. Like I don't know about that one. What about the Wall Nightshade edition? Andre, sadly information is that I think they only came out with 100 of them. And I don't think they're making any more at this time. I haven't heard no news on it. So if you got them, I mean, it's like having a golden ticket in a sense. Woodshed, what's going on, bro? Fatal, I have tried the high vis, but I didn't have a good experience, so I can't speak on them. But compared to my T45, I believe the Saber Cyborg hit just not harder than my T45. You said 10 minutes, still manageable. I'm gonna have to get these. Now, are you saying this? I'm gonna get them, but I'm gonna see that it's not just manageable for me, but for my clients. Cause there's that's interesting. You said the Kimmy. I'm gonna have to get those 16, and I will go live and I'll do a video like how I always do. Anything and everything that I get, I'm just gonna go live, try it out, see how well it works, and go from there. Now, I did get another set from a Chinese brand not so long ago, and I didn't even do a video on them yet. I will, but some of this stuff sometimes I don't know if we really are considering everything about the trimmer. But that's me utilizing them and using them all the time to say that thing can beat this list. I would take on that challenge. Same for me on the Kimmy. They got hot and hard to adjust the blade. Darn near impossible. You just said it's not harder than your T45. I think any trimmer with an RPM that is AK or higher, the blade will get hot fast due to the high RPM. Yep. Okay. So the Metal Instincts, that was one of the two things. The fact that it revved up so fast. I think it started at like 93,000 RPMs. Blade gets hot real fast, and also the noise actually gets louder as more and more you use it. But I do like it. Don't get me wrong. Now you can ball that thing out. You can balled out with that thing really well. You could do designs well. You can line up well, but it's not a trimmer that you can use for like the whole haircut. Like when I say the whole haircut, you might be able to do the balled out, let it sit, do your fade, whatever like that. You could probably do the lineup, the top area, but from there, I'm not going to the bottom area with it because it already got too hot. That's just my take on it. Now, if they don't got no hair, we use it to ball somebody out, great. So, wait, you're comparing it to the Cyborg and a high vis? Oh yeah, I'll challenge that. When I say a hitter, I'm talking about hitting hard, not these soft hitting. These Chinese companies give you terrible blades. I've had all on the list. EXO2 for me, dude. Respect. I understand why you say that. I think me and Woodshed, we understand. I mean, there's more that probably understand this too, but we understand why that blade really stands out. And like I said, that blade Even though it's new on this trimmer, the blade itself is not that new. But like I said, I'll talk about it. It's also dual speed trimmer. What does that mean? What does it mean that it's a dual speed trimmer? Like performance wise to you. I have a few dual speed trimmers, but what does that mean to you? I have not tried those yet. My wall high vis hit. My wall high vis hit. My Babeless gold with the gold blade hit. And my Andis are my all around joints. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. That's a nice lineup. I just purchased the T45 and they're not hitters out of the box. It's like you got to break them in a little bit, or am I tripping? Nah, I ain't had to break them in at all. I don't even know if I set mine. I think I left mine as is. If I did set it, I don't remember setting them, to be honest. But if you set these things right, they're gonna hit, bro. They're gonna hit. Fatal, you're right. Them Chinese companies do give trash blades, but my Kimi 3032 703 has my T45 blade on it now. Slapper. Yo, man, he over here got Terminator names. See? I mean the BGR 994. See, all these numbers, bro. Has the blade as the Phenom trimmer, but that blade don't hit anyway. Yo, I got a set. Y'all know that set I got from Suprint. The blades on them I switch. They don't do nothing for me. Now, if you're talking about see, here's the thing I don't know if most people really understand. Now, if you're talking about the body, like the internals, sometimes the internals could be exact same. Sometimes they use cheaper, stuff. Sometimes they use the exact internals and they go cheap on, other things. But there's always some difference, right? Now, if you're telling me that you get like an Andis blade on a Kimi and it fits well, of course it's going to perform well. You done switched out the blade and it has a nice performing like body or internals. Like that's different when you modify stuff. So I'm gonna tell you right now, here's a better way to do it. All of those Chinese blades, clippers and trimmers, put them on these. Matter of fact, let's just do trimmers. Whatever Chinese trimmer, whatever Chinese trimmer you got, get 6 blades, no matter what, trimmer it is, put them on these machines and see if these machines still hit. I'm curious about that. Will that Kimi is a monster, but the stock blade is trash. I have my Murano on it right now, and I had a T45 blade on it before. You know what's up. The X02 cutting blade is the black version of the original TI liner cutting blade. That curved bevel is sadly overlooked, underrated, and not understood. Very much so. Very much so. Chop just gapped them correctly. Yeah, just the T45 blades just gapped them correctly. Yes, Mr. Will, the Andis Comfort Edge is still an industry leading thing, and it's like 15 years old. Could be even older. Will, you're right. Andis cutting blade on an M-Force is fire, close to the quarter TI liner that we have right now. The blade is the main thing. There are a lot of cooler machines than an EXO, but the blade does the work. There's no need to reinvent the wheel, just enhance what we have. Yeah, so to me, we can go cheap. I can buy a $30 clipper trimmer all day. Most likely, I'm still going to use some Andis blade, a wall blade, a Babeless blade, a JRL blade. I'm still going to use their blades. There's a reason why there's a difference. So now I will say this. I said this. I don't know if I said this in my last live. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and just get off of this thing. let's talk about this. The OG blades. When I say OG blades, the Andis Master Blade, the Fade Blade, the Fast Feed Blade, the Wall. I want to say Stagger Tooth Blade, but nobody has it. But just certain style of these blades, the Vapor Blade, the OG one. Have y'all noticed that we're now going back? Like there's no invention, there's no innovation when it comes to these newer blades, other than the fact that some people are probably trying to change the material, the coating, or the color. That is basically it that they're trying to do. However, it's still a fast feed blade, a master blade, a taper blade, a vapor blade, a fade blade. And and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But my thing is that now, honestly, let me say this. To me, from my research, there's one brand that I can honestly say they do something different, or they just try different things, and I respect that. I respect that. And it's Everence. Everence is one of the brands that I can really think of that kind of gives a twist to what's kind of already out there. So to me, that's kind of interesting, like how they go about the thing. Now there's another one. There's that what is it? West Tech. They came out with a new blade. Nobody's done that, I don't think. And if they have, they didn't do it in the way that West Tech did it. So I respect that too. Just being honest. Like when we're talking about innovation, that's how I look at it. But other than that, everything else is basically the same. So everything's going back to the original stuff that worked. The master blades work. The fast feeds blade work. Honestly, there has not been, to me, what is the closest thing to the fast feed blade to y'all? Because what's interesting enough, and I'm only going to talk about this part because, of course, there's other things that, not to say I don't want to give away if I ever get a chance to create something, but I feel like there's so many components when it comes to blades that you need to think about everything, literally everything when it comes to blades. And the fast feed blade using a pivot motor was one of the best, smoothest blends you have seen. Other than detachable blades, the fast feed with a pivot motor gave out some great work. So the blades are coming back. I don't know if there's another fast feed blade out there. Y'all gotta have to let me know that. And I'm not just talking about steel blade. I mean literally fast feed blade. But it seems like brands are taking that kind of the flow. Like that fusion is like a staple now. Like everything's coming out with the fusion style. You get what I'm saying? Like that style of fusion is like the norm now. Yeah. So if y'all haven't noticed, more companies are coming out with different blades. It used to be like what, 4 different blades. There's like 5, 6, 7 different type of blades for almost every company. Babyliss probably has everybody beat. Babyliss has probably everybody beat when it comes to like style of blades. So yeah. Now there is a certain type of blade I want somebody to do, and it has not been done yet. Because I'm curious how well it will work. But Yeah, let me see what y'all got. What y'all got going on in the comment section. Man, I'm behind. The idea is to give that specific model a chance. It's dual speed metal build. I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a chance. It's like I see it right now for like 30 something bucks. Now, how long will it take to get here? That's another thing. I don't, you know. Okay. It says the 8th through the 15th. We'll see. Um, Definitely will give it a chance. It's dual speed metal build and brushless motor. The blade is adequate for trimming. 10-minute trims, the blade does not get hot. Okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it and I'm gonna let you know if it's better than any of them 6. And I'll be honest with you. I'll come back on live. Once I have it, I'll do some haircuts with it. I'll show you and go from there. Solomon called it, there is nothing new under the sun. Yeah, that's real. Like we are going back to stainless steel blade. The Murano blade, the new stainless, the new Babeless steel taper blade, and their new steel trimmer blade. Now here's fatal. Let's be real. But and maybe I was in this mix too, because I'm not exempt from none of this. But haven't we tried to play the OGs like not so long ago about what they do, what they haven't done, how they didn't create anything new, and they just fading out and all that. But their stuff was probably the best makeup of how stuff should be. Now it's interesting. Keep the OG blades, put them in new bodies because now performance is better. Other things are better and stuff like that. That's what it seems like is what's going on. So to me, it's like the OGs they have it. I won't even call them OGs because the comeback is crazy for some of them. But it's funny how, and I've been there. I was in a mix that we was like, oh, they need to do something different. They need this, they need that. And now the new so-called companies are going back, grabbing stuff from what they created and what they did. Isn't that interesting? I never gave my hopes up though. Oster, I did though. Oster, I ain't gonna lie. I gave my hopes up on Oster. But everybody else, I was like, they're not out the race just yet. I do want to get that West Tech clipper. Got you. I agree 100%. No, Oster has it patent, and they are in the grave. Yeah, I got you. I'm so over their favorite style blades. But the fusion blade doesn't even cover the cutting depth between your normal first 4 guards, though. So what does that mean, Mr. Williams? Does that mean it changes up your style of cutting? Fusions are basically the new fade blades. Yeah. Nah, bro, I think if you put a Chinese blade on one of these trimmers, that trimmer might be trash just because of the Chinese blades. I mean, hey, but see, that's the thing. If it's better, then I would love to see it. You're right, Will. I love my gold bevel blade on my cordless. Whoa. Drip, you done messed me up. What do you mean? I love my gold bevel blade on my gold cordless masters. What gold bevel? You talking about the company bevel? I thought I had the shirt on. You talking about the company bevel? You're gonna have to explain that. Maybe I'm tweaking. I don't know. I'm waiting for Andis liner motor clipper and trimmer set to drop to see their blades on a vector motor and that M-Force Master 2 clipper. It was a while ago that we seen that on somebody's it was Fort Worth that they went to an expo and they showcased it a little bit. I don't think Andis should do a vector motor. Them Jones get loud. Nah, the blade is a bevel style blade from Andis. Gold, that is. Oh, okay, I got you. I was about to say, wait a minute, bro. You're gonna have to make a video on how you done collab them two together. It's coming, Will. We'll see. We'll see. Woodshit said, Fatal, you gotta talk to me, bro. I know, right? He said the liner and this liner motor. I said liner, linear. Oh. Y'all was gonna let me just rock with that? Y'all was gonna just let me and this linear motor clipper and trimmer set to drop on the back. That's crazy. I was gonna let me rock with that. Will, you acting like you don't know? Fatal knows something folks shouldn't be knowing. I mean, honestly, Mr. Will, that's how. I mean, just look at the face, bro. My man, like he be top flight. He be top flight with it all. I'm buying a new trimmer. What's a good hitter? Lex, all of these. Yo, what's it? I'm acting like how you know, bro. I know, right? Because how do you know? Is that the case? But nah, wait. Any of these are a good hitter, bro. Literally, any one of these. They can all do great. You should probably watch this video. This is my most recent one. And depending on what you cut throughout the day, yeah, I definitely think this would be a healthy lineup to watch. Any of these, literally, any of these can be a good hitter, set the right way. But if you're asking me, you can't go wrong with the Andis, the Cyborgs, any of them, honestly. He said, I'm acting like, how you know? That's for real. He said, well, what do you mean, well? What do you mean, well? I feel like my man, he got one of those radios that's connected to somebody's, dang, I'm about to sound real slow right now. Satellite, whatever like that. And you just got you just taking inside calls or something. You're hearing the calls or something. Talking about innovation, and this did the magnetic outliner blade. Yeah. Some people like it, some people don't. I like it. To me, it makes sense. And honestly, it does something that people probably don't understand, but it's okay. I'll talk about that later. About what that magnetic that M-Force, what it does compared to other stuff that we use. Yo, Concise, were you ever a fan of the Andis Master taper blade? Yes, very much so. Fatal, you know what I know? Oh man, we know and doing in this job promoting already. Oh dang, which I think they need to do better at. Wood has that M-Force Master too. Look. See how Fatal act like he know but don't know but want to know. Thanks. I'm between the high vis or the low pros. When it comes to what, if you need this thing to just hit, Lex, if that's okay with me saying your name that way. If you need this thing to just hit, and that's it, hands down, I'm gonna say the high vis. Hands down. If you need this thing to do a little bit more than just hit, then you really can't go wrong with the low pros, because the blade options that you have with Babeless, you can go crazy with it. You can get the low pros and get the T45 and call it a day. That's a beast of a trimmer. So if you need it to just hit, high vis. My man said, yes, I do. Yes, bet. In a week or so, I'm gonna send you something in the mail for your phenom. Game changer, bro. Who's that to? Who is that to? Mr. Wills. Who is that to? Woodshed or who's that to? See, this is why y'all need to be here, man. We be getting some inside, scoop on certain things. Now, let me check my email. Ain't nobody probably cracking up right now. Like, bro, ain't nobody trying to come live. All right, cool. All right. I just want to make sure. All right. So there's something else. No, I don't want to add that to the stage. Let me go back here. Let me go here. Something else I want to share with y'all. Yo, remove. Go ahead and screenshot this. If y'all ever need some discount codes and save yourself some bread, screenshot it. These are some of the, I actually have some more, and I'm gonna have to upgrade this. Thanks be to God that I even have this. But if you need something, just screenshot this. You in the market for shopping, use somebody discount code. If you got this discount code better than mine, use it. We always talking about, pricing and stuff. Use somebody discount code. If that M-Force could be on the Phenom trimmer, unstoppable. Concise, I'm gonna send you something. Okay. Man, you always up to something, bro. You always up to something. Talk about the Heiniger Turo for the price. What is the price right now? Because I think when I did my video, I think it was at 169. Man. Well, no. Barber Salon got it for 152. Wait a minute. Yo, we're gonna talk about a few things. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all something else. Cause I know y'all probably seeing some reels about it. But I know the M-Force tech ain't that easy. No doubt. Okay, so yeah, let's go here. See, y'all need to be signed into some of this stuff. Y'all need to like get on like these barber supplies and you sign in. I think y'all will appreciate it. So this right here is at 180, right? But let me just go regular. Let me just go to Barber Salon. Okay. So their discount code is LAB15. Okay. All right. So let me add that to the cart. Proceed to check out. Let me apply the discount code LAB15. Apply discount code 152. So that being said, the Heiniger Turo cordless clipper at that price, I would say that's good. I like that clipper actually. I gotta charge it, but I do like the clipper. Well, let's talk about this. We didn't talk about this in a second. And that's crazy. Why you do that? Why you do that, bro? I was going right there. I was going right there with it. The Core FX. I was going right there. Why isn't it not getting much? I mean, it's on their website for 109, 108. It got one review already. 6,800 RPMs. They're gonna stay with that. 2 hour runtime. If it's 2 hour runtime, then that means it's an hour to an hour and a half charge time. I wonder if the click lever is going to be different. They got USB-C. They got a thumb, not thumb, the finger rest in the back. Okay. Now I will be honest with y'all. You know what I'm really kind of like interested in? The trimmer. Let's see. Let me go to clippers. Let's go home. Let's just go home. Do y'all got? Okay, that's just the FX1 stuff. Barber tools. Let's go to the trimmer. Okay, so the trimmer is the same price, right? I'm curious about this trimmer. I want to know the height of this trimmer. Most compact clippers and trimmers, right, are about 6 to 6.3 inches height wise, and I have no idea how tall this one is. I just want to know. Anybody know that information? Fatal, you know the information? I feel like you be having some insider scoop stuff. I want to know how like what's the size, man? That thing is interesting. It's funny you said this, bro. I was going straight to it. I just got the wall cordless detailers and the black magic clips for free. That's dope. Are the Heiniger tools worth buying? Do they work good compared to others? I mean, it's an OG. It's an OG like flow, like a style, like how it feels in hand. But when it comes to power, when it comes to the blade, I mean, honestly, it's definitely like a really good clipper. It really is. It's like some people will try to compare that between like a magic clip and a senior. Yeah, so it's around that area with it. That trimmer a little like a ting Twinkie. What's the question? I have a feeling that new stainless steel trimmer blade on that Core FX is going to be a hitter. Now, see, here's the thing. Matter of fact, the stainless steel trimmer blade, right? The stainless steel trimmer blade. When was the first time you heard of a stainless steel trimmer blade? How long ago? Like, how far back can you go? I just think it's interesting. Did you see the new Core FX shaver with the long hair cutter in the middle? Yes, I did. Yes, I did, Fatal. That to me will probably be better than the FX1 shaver. So if y'all need a shaver, that's probably the one to get. Now I'm probably going to compare that to the research. I'll be honest with you, because they're both in the same price range. Do you like the Echo Blade? I do. I do like the Echo Blade. And this has the stainless steel trimmer blades. Yes, they do. The Wall T-Wide is the last one that mattered. Yo, low key, that was kind of underrated. What's a stainless steel blade that's kind of like, nah? Really? No, where's the photo at? Here we go. It's not showing up. Yo, Concise, what's the email address to hop on the live? I want to show you what I did to my phenom. I'm going to send you listen to also. Okay. I'll give it to you in a second. How about the style liner blade? Yeah. The Oster trimmer blade or nah. Slimline. Good point. The style liner trimmer, those blades, I remember those. There was a what was the name? Man. Now I'm having a blank. I just had it. Oh, Conair had like that remember the wall blade that came with the lever? Yeah, y'all remember that? But Conair had something like that without the lever, like that type of blade. Stainless steel. I think when I first like really start like when I was in college lining myself up, I seen one of those and I try to line myself up with it. Stainless steel. Man, let me see if I can find it. That was OG. I think I got it from Sally's. Man, here we go. I think this something like this. This ain't the exact one, but it kind of looked like this. But it ain't. No, I don't want to show that because y'all gonna be like, "Why are you using a dog blade?" It wasn't a dog blade. It wasn't. But it looked like it was going to hit though. I mean, nah. I should have known. I should have known this blade was not going to be it. I can't find the exact one, but it was kind of shaped like this. Let me just show y'all this. He said the first detail was awful with that lever. It really was. It really was. Well, let me share this with y'all. It looked like this type of blade, to be honest. Like this is like OG. That jump was hurting, bro. Did y'all see it? Or I didn't show y'all? I think I did. All right. This is the email. I got the Heiniger Turos for 140. Could I have gotten a better clipper for the price? For 140? I also would think that the Andis Phenoms. I definitely think that that's a good clipper to get to around that price. The first cordless detailer, yeah, that joint's trash. I still keep the G-Wiz trimmer, not the G-Wiz trimmer. Yo, who remember him coming up to the shows with the wall tattoo blade on my station? That's hilarious. Okay. All right, cool. I ain't see no Mr. Will. I don't think that you reached out to me yet. You know what? Why am I doing it this way? I got you on IG. We do it like this. All right. Have one guess. Do we have so much enhancements? What do you mean we have so much enhancements? Oh, dude, he has so much enhancement. Yeah. Yeah. I sent it to you. I sent it to your IG. All right, let me get off of that. Remind me to look up that Kimmy 1669. Dude has so much enhancement. Sound like Cat Williams. Not Cat Williams, bro. I don't even remember how he sound, but I remember him. I remember him, man. Much respect, though. Much respect. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like, I don't know if people really understand like doing the whole I'm rocking with this brand, this brand, and just stay at it. I don't know if y'all really understand how, like, what that comes with, because I think some of y'all see it in a different light, but just the loyalty, that I respect it. So even if it's people, I'll be honest, even if it's people that don't even like me, you loyal to the left side, hey, I can't, I can't be mad at that, Oster style renegade dude. Oh snap! So we got somebody on. We ain't gonna be on for too much longer, but we're gonna go ahead and have this conversation. Appreciate you hopping on, my guy, and Al Millions, yeah. Let's get you on, Mr. Will. Now, hold on. There we go. Let me go ahead and get this background out the way. Because this is going to mess with me. Boom. There we go.
Yeah, can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you. Come on, what you got? What you got for us?
All right. So Phenom joint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take it on and off. You buy the extra blade, extra Phenom blade. It comes with that bracket that has the 4 holes on it, right?
Right.
So what I learned was the further left and right limits that you can extend this lever. Slap this blade on there. But that ain't the real reason why I want to send you this. The real reason is because I got the Andis steel blade on here. The Andis steel cutting blade on here. Cutting 2 heads today. And listen, I've been trying to figure this out, no joke, for the past 2 years. How to find a clipper that's going to give me that same crunch as an OG master.
Mm-hmm. That did it for you.
And this did it. but it's a way that I did something to the cutting blade with a Dremel, whiz wheel, some Gorilla Epoxy, and their cam that already comes onto it. I was just able to figure out just like that. But this right here, it did it. That's why I asked you, are you a fan of the taper blade?
Mhm.
Because then I'm gonna just slap the taper blade on here, grab me another cutting blade, set it up for you, boom, boom, boom. Make sure that it stretches out to a 4.5. Like the lever stretches out to a 4.5, which will leave it at about what 2.4 mil, like cutting depth up in
Right.
there, because 2.4 mil, that's a 1/8, and that's what. Yeah, trying to tell you, you're going to hear that same crunch and be like, okay, Andes need to figure this out right here. They need to figure this out ASAP. I don't know if you remember. I think it was in June. I had sent an email to Andes saying, "Hey, I've been, an Andes fan since I started cutting hair. Which was shoot. You see, I'm 37. I started when I was 15. So
Yeah, man, you OG.
Yeah.
You OG.
And I'm just like, they have to figure out how to. I mean, I'm not going to say they have to figure it out, but it would be really nice for them to take their cutting blade and have some different ones that have holes in them that fit their current cams.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Now,
yeah, that's just
I get it.
why I wanted to see you.
So when you open that and close that, right?
Yep.
It is zero gap.
Yep.
Did you leave the click, or did you do floating?
I floated it. I like the float better when I'm fading.
Now, how does that float feel? Since the fact that it has the mechanism to click, how does the floating feel when you're using it? Because sometimes people didn't like when you had a floating lever and that you press hard that the lever will move sometimes, right? Sometimes
All
it can
right.
move.
The reason I know exactly what you're talking about. The reason it does that is not necessarily because of the lever or the screw itself. It's more because of the bracket which the lever sits on.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's not flush, it's gonna get loose. Mm-hmm. That's why it started moving, because they're not hugging each other, right? Like basically creating that friction. Mm-hmm. Yes, it feels a little loose, just a little loose, because it's not like the normal master where you can go in and tighten it yourself. But if you're thinking that this is going to come loose, no, it's not. I don't care what no one says. No, it's not. You can even take the white click piece out of it, and just say, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this thing, and it'll be tighter than it would be with the white piece in there. Because the more you tighten it down, it brings on the clicks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, you're gonna see it, dog. This all I need. This right here, or the super one that's similar to this. That's it, man.
You talking about the Obsidian?
Yep.
Okay, that's dope, man. That's dope. I mean, honestly, you're always doing something. You're always doing something. So
I can't help it, man.
I know. To be honest, and that's the thing. Some of us were just wired a certain way that it's like we just want to see something, optimized at its best. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it comes to this type of stuff, I like to talk about stuff like as is and saying, "Hey, look, this as is out of the box. This is probably your best option because you can do this and do that, right?"
Yep.
Now that customizable stuff, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with it. But you can basically say that I'm a lazy barber, meaning that I don't want to do much. I don't want to do much. I just want to just to operate and work in the best way that it can for me and my call of the day. I want to open up the box, throw the box on the floor, and just start cutting and be like, yeah, there we go. You know what I'm saying?
Word. I feel you on that.
Now, what you did is it's a game. It's a game changer, especially for that type of blade.
Yep.
Now, basically, what you have done is kind of perfected the OG blade on the Phenom.
Yep.
Now,
Because the thing, my bad for cutting you off. What were you saying, bro?
Go ahead.
What I learned with this lever bracket, I don't want to get too technical with it because other people really not going to understand what I'm saying. But let's say this is how it comes, right? You can push it out just too far, and then next thing you know, your lever is gone. And I learned that with one of my brackets, right? You know, that's why it's like what, $40 per, but it's all good. It'll work itself out. But I learned pretty much the far right and the far left for basically this Fat Master blade. But when I get ready to put my taper blade on it, all I need to do is just set the far left, and that's it.
Okay.
So
I can't wait to try that.
Yeah. Because I did my JRL. I have two JRL setups with Andy's blades on them. One has, both of them have taper blades, but one is a 22 tooth cutting blade, and the other one is a 28 tooth cutting blade. And whereas they cut how I want them to by sight, I also cut by ear as well. And I'm like, dang, man, for whatever reason, it's like why is it that I'm not hearing what I need to hear? And I got to thinking, well, you know, on the normal Andes Jones, those are magnetic. So the magnet just going to push left, right. There's going to be no curve. Well, what with this Phenom actually imitates that, or helps to imitate that bar. So it continues, goes left, right. And also it stays together by this black piece right here. So nothing is moving.
Right.
And
because it latches onto a bar.
Yep. And I'm just like, wow.
Some people notice that. I don't know if people notice that. So the bar is a thing.
Yeah.
Now, let me would you say, anybody can answer this. Would you say technically that detachable blades kind of have that concept already?
Some of the detachable blades have that concept already? Yeah. Because of that bar?
Have you ever cleaned out a detached, like you ever cleaned like the cutting blade? Like, you know how so what I used to do, I used to take out my detachable blades. I used to take out an old one and put the new one in. I'll just let it slide through, right?
Yeah.
Then I just realized, I'll clean that cutting blade, whatever like that, and I'll put it back. That bar that it just sits on, as is. It kind of was like the beginning of having a stabilized bar that's not attached to the cutting blade.
Right.
Then we start getting these prongs, and I already knew, like, I don't know who I talked to, but I talked to somebody at Andis, and I told them, and I don't know if they did it, but I haven't checked in a while because my masters have been quiet. So I haven't been, once they get loud, then that's when I start checking stuff. But since mine's been quiet, I had no reason to check it. But the prongs, right? Once masters did that on the cordless, a lot of people started getting upset because it was like really loud.
Yeah.
I remember having a conversation. I was in a real conversation. I don't know if it was at an expo. I don't know. I was on a phone call. I don't know. But I told them, I said, instead of the prongs like sitting into something like this, right? Because that's what they go through. They rest in something like this and they go left to right. Left to right. Why not have it sit the prong into something that it latches onto and just go left to right? So you don't hear that clatter, that clinging sound. I don't know if they ever did it or not. I don't know how they engineered it for the newer ones, but mines haven't been that loud. But if they didn't do it, they still have an option still to do it to even make it even more quiet.
Right.
Hold on real quick. We got some and this will eventually release the Phenom clipper brackets with different blades, taper, fat, and fade, or the new black taper. Yeah, I can see that. What's the RPM on it with that heavy cutter? That might burn out the motor and battery faster. He's asking you.
Yep. And I told him, I said the same RPM.
Yeah. So that was the same thing for me when people asked me about the vapors when I put the stagger tooth cutting blade on it.
Mm-hmm.
Same RPMs. It didn't change.
Yep.
And this engineers might be shaking their heads. Well, yeah, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Market research here. What do you guys think of the fatter type blade that goes from a 1.5 to a 3?
1.5 to a 3 guard.
What do you think of a fatter type of blade that goes from a 1.5 to a 3? You know what? Woodshed, that's a good question. But for me, all right, so to me, this is what I think, Woodshed. And maybe this will probably with this, like I want to say it, but I don't want to say it. Because I don't think I hear what you're saying. That one makes sense, but I think there should be 3 blades that every like clipper really needs at this point. How we see stuff like being made, you literally can only have 3 blades that would just operate everything that you need to do.
Yeah.
So 1.5 to a 3, I think that's a healthy length. But what's going to be right under that?
0 to a 1.5, 1.5, or you could say a 1A, a 1A to a 3, or you say a 1A to a 1.5, maybe.
And that's the questions, right? And that's the questions. To be honest, honestly, if you ask me, I wouldn't do neither. I would do something a little bit different.
I think, and I'm not sure exactly how they could probably pull this off. Blur was almost there. I think they needed more teeth because for whatever reason, it seemed like with having less teeth, it doesn't comb the hair as efficient as this right here does.
There's a reason for that. Yeah. There's a reason for that. If I had to, all right. So what measurements are we going by? When you say 1.5 to a 3.
Yeah, that's my question with wood for woodshed too.
What kind of measurement are we going by? Are we going by blade, like detachable blade measurements, or are we going by like adjustable blade measurements? Because if that's the case, then I'm not stopping at a 3. Hey, boo.
I think the 3 detachable, that's 6.2 mil, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. After that, that's just clip over comb or shear over comb.
In a sense, because me personally, I like the 3.5. Me, 3.5 blade to me is like the highest detachable blade that you'll ever need.
What is that, 9?
The 3.5?
Yeah.
Let me see. No, 9.5.
Okay, 9.5. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay.
So for me, you know why I say that? Depending on, because see, look. The main reason why I say it is because when there's certain type of fades, right? And there's people that like to have weight on their parietal range. And since people have weight on their parietal ridge, it makes no sense to go a little bit lower on the measurement. It's actually better to go higher just a little bit and then fade down from there.
Yeah.
So you're not missing no gaps. I'd rather have that than be like, because honestly, that gives you a guard. It's like an adjustable. If you have an adjustable open, the 3 guard, that is like a detachable 3.5. So I'm looking at it in that way.
Yep.
That's just my thought. Just to cover it. Let me see what he's saying. Has it affected the battery life? That's what they're asking.
No, it hasn't.
Okay. Also, I hope the shaft might not be designed to handle the heavier blade.
It's not the blade. The shaft that's hitting the cam follower. That's why it's good to have the lubricant right there. I use I think it's the red Oster lubricant. What is on that?
I don't know, but I tell you right now, you know who can go into, like, I don't want to say a lubricant business, an oil business, is Dez. My man got car oil. He got my man. He got it all, bro. It's hilarious.
Word.
Video one time, bro. I was like 3 to 4 different type of stuff. I'm like, bro, you got it. I ain't even mad at you.
Word.
Yeah, the shaft on the Phenom might not be on par with the heavy blade. In order,
you gotta try it. Just gotta try it, man.
The more teeth, this more hair. A 2 to a 3.5 blades with detachables, but they have few teeth, not to pull on longer length. Right. Clipper over comb is harsh. The blade can be softer, kind of like shears, but it also depends how the blade is created. So I don't want to go in too depth, but the steel blade, let's talk about steel blade. The steel blade, how the steel blade is made. Okay, so the fat blade, right? You got the fat blade on that, right? I love the fat blade, but there's also something I don't like about the fat blade. And honestly, it's human error majority of the time. So let's say you going for a certain length. Let's say you like to use that. For somebody that does not understand how to use that blade, if you don't know how to use the fatness of the blade, which is like literally right at
curve, at the back,
right? If you don't have your a certain certain movement, right? If you lean in too much, you're taking too much hair off. If you lean in too much, you ain't doing it. So it's basically the fat blade is a healthy blade when you have learned your touch. If you have not learned your touch, then honestly, it could be a blade that you probably want to stay away from until you understand your flow. And when I say your flow, that means that you can probably use a 1 guard in the area where a 3 guard is at comfortably and not feeling like you're going to take too much off.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So to have something more safer than that, then the blade has to look a certain way. But kind of getting there with some that's coming out. He said a 6 to a 9. Okay. With adjustments with full
adjustment. Okay.
Between the length. Okay. Right. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. So I wouldn't have a problem with it, but it has to be done the right way, to be honest. So, and who's going to do it like first, right?
I believe it would be most trusted.
So many people misuse that, right?
I could be wrong, but I believe the company that would get it right would be Andy's because they came out with the Fat Master. Maybe.
Yeah, they could.
You know, I pre-ordered it
too. Of course. I mean, we can't even think. Well, I ain't gonna say we can't even think about it, but this is an idea. We can only think of it because they thought of it first, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not even gonna act like, oh no, I don't trust them. I trust Kimmy to do it. I'm not trying to clap. I'm just saying, like, for real.
Right,
Like,
right. Yeah. I feel you. Yeah.
but
But if it's, I mean, if I had to have a vote, I would just say, I would probably trust Andy's to do it because they did this right here.
yeah,
Or maybe even, as we were saying before, Blur. They just got to put a few more teeth on that thing.
yeah.
So,
So how can I say this? There is a brand that kind of did it. There's another brand that did it, but they did it. They did it the right way.
is it?
I ain't telling nothing.
I'll message you. Because I know you're talking about. There's another popular barber who is well known on social media. He did a comparison between this blade and two other blades that are very similar. Me and you may be talking about the same person or whatever. So,
I ain't saying nothing.
but yeah, I just wanted to hop on and just show you that because I got that same crunch and I was just like, thank you, Lord.
Now, let me ask you this, and before you hop off.
Yep.
Not only the crunch, do any of y'all remember that high pitch, screechy sound noise as the clipper's on, right before you about to cut? Like you be in motion and you cutting, and you start to hear that high pitchness of it. Bro, I don't know why, but that jump make me feel like I'm doing something in my life. Like every time I hear that jump, I'm like, oh yeah, these jumps is working today. Now, there's only two clippers that has ever done that. The Masters and the Fast Feeds. Only two. Stainless steel, the steel blade, cutting blade, that high pitchness, and then you start hearing that crispy, crackly, crunchy, and it was like a smooth crunch. There's nothing wrong with the Echo blade, but that thing echoes.
It does.
Go and do I want everybody go ahead and get your Echo blade. Do a ball fade. Hit that liner, hit the shaver, and then go ahead and hit that crunch. For some reason, that joint gonna be crispy crackling on air. Don't know how it does it.
It's on air.
But it does it. I'll just be like, all right, yo. Because sometimes, you look up, you watching the show or TV, whatever like that, and you hear like, wait, am I cutting something? No, you're not cutting that. See, it be messing with me sometimes. But let me go ahead. Let me see. What do you say? So from fade to a fatter blade, like a fully adjustable without touching a guard. Yeah.
No joke, woodshed. That's what I did with this right here. With my fat blade, it closed. It's almost at 2 mil. But before I touch it, all I got to do is just grab my taper blade. So take this off, grab the one with the taper blade, pop it on here, boom, boom, boom. Then go from here on up, or from up to down, because I fade down for the most of it.
What's the length that goes to? I forgot.
This goes to a 6.3, 6.2, 6.3. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk.
Yeah,
we'll talk. Oh yeah, are you ever going to revisit a Blur? I wanted to try them. I haven't tried them. And this has great engineers, in my honest opinion. They do. Yes, I got the crunch, and I'm going to hop on a comparison. Okay, cool. Will, you don't use the fat blade with that setup? The phase, I'm sorry. You don't use the phase blades with that setup? I do. I have literally I got the taper, the phase, the phenom, and the fat. With that setup.
I don't use the phase. No, yes, I do. When I'm laying hair down, I use the phase with whatever guard. I have a VGR with an Echo blade on it. so I can knock out whatever's at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You
Now,
know,
let me ask you this: what's
Mhm.
the best blade for you to use for waves, to lay down waves?
To lay down waves. Ooh. Um, from my experience, which is only what I can go by, it's got to be something with a deep tooth cutter because it's picking up the hair a lot better. So whether I'm using an echo blade, a taper blade, it just got to have a deep tooth cutter on it.
Got you. I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. We having stuff on standby. I'm gonna get this nugget right here, just for somebody that doesn't understand this. Look at this. Look what I just found. I got a 3/4.
Ooh.
It's been a while since I used that. There's a reason. Let me see if I got what I want to explain.
But the reason why I've mostly stuck to this system right here is because of that bar. I know that the blade is going to go left, right, right.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm laying hair down, I have more confidence that it's going to be even versus, okay, using a saber tool. Yeah, it's a trusted clipper or whatever, but just in the back of my head, I know far left or far right, it's curving.
Yeah, I understand that. Are the Heinegers too light? Not to me. Like I said, it's like between a Masters and a Senior. I mean, a Magic Clip and a Senior. The VG is sweet. I love that little clipper. Yo, I've seen that thing before.
It is. Matter of fact,
let me get this blade.
I ain't got that on.
Blade real quick. Hold on.
Yep. Yeah, the VGR 285 is extremely small. I don't have like big hands, so knocking out that bottom line of like a ball fade, ball taper, whatever, it works well. Boom, boom, boom. It's a fast clipper, man. That thing is it's a beast, man. And I've learned how to open up the lever on my clippers more. So yeah.
Yeah, I got some dungeons. I got like stuff in the dungeon, bro.
Word.
Y'all remember this? The Fade King? It's been a long time since I had this thing on, ever. Still turns on. Oh, man. That's hilarious. All right. So I don't see this blade. So let me just show you some blades. And I'm going to tell you why I use what I use. And for waivers, right? I don't use, let me see. I don't use these type of blades.
Okay.
Don't use them. I don't use a vapor blade. I don't use this type of blade.
Fusion? No. Because you want something that's going to comb the hair.
None of this. Now this is a wall blade. I don't use that blade. So, but I don't use this blade either. So I don't use a vapor blade. A vapor blade is not going to get the touch. There's only two blades I literally use for waves.
Okay.
It's the Master Fade blade and the Oster Fast Feed blade, the 25 teeth. And here's why. When you have your clipper like this, right? I don't need something this length of being flat.
Right.
It has like a certain length to it, and then it's like flat like this. So when I have it like this area is flat. It's sitting well, right?
Right.
And as this is sitting well, there is no imbalance, whatever like that. Now, if you try to sit this flat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so right here lifts up.
Yeah.
So you can't flatten this. You're not going to be pressing on their head like this. Most of us are trying to graze it this way. So that's how I do it. And there's only only use the purple ones. because the purple ones allow me to really utilize the blade the best way that I can. So for me, the shape of the blade, different hair texture styles and stuff like that, it matters. And that's why I want to talk about these blades, because I don't know if everybody really understands like how this is made, how it's set, how it lays. It works. It works great on how I use the blade with it. I know that's mad technical, but yeah. That's
so was your question? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Was your question geared more towards which blade do I use, like going over, like knocking out the straggly hairs for wavers?
Well, honestly, mine, like my setup, I do both.
Okay,
I do it with the purple guards, and when I take it off. When I take it off, it just lays the hair down. I remember I used to try to use, and I have done this before, and you can do it, but detachable blades, they can cut waves really great.
Oh yeah. The detachables, they probably I think they the best.
Yeah, they only the best if you the best.
Okay.
They only the best if you the best. Because if you get your hands on them too early, you try to knock down some waves, you're gonna knock a wave out.
Especially if it's like a new customer and you don't know how their hair goes.
You don't know.
Yeah.
I've done it on myself, so
yeah.
I'm always like, oh yeah, this is nothing. You ain't like, wait, that's like, you know what?
I know what you mean, bro.
Watch YouTube videos. See, that's why you can't always watch YouTube videos. You see people use certain stuff, but they ain't telling you the pressure, the angle. They ain't telling you all this stuff that they know. They know their clients. Like most of the times, if they recording a client, that means this ain't the first time they cutting that client, y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, this is a for sure. I know how to do this cut.
Yep.
Now you try that same method on somebody new for you, it don't come out the same. and that's just the real. But look, man, I appreciate you hopping on, bro. Gotta do this again. Whoever else want to hop on, we can hop on the next time. Wifey, she came downstairs. I already know it's late. It's late.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you for allowing me to come on your channel, bro.
No problem, bro. This is what we do, man. I appreciate it. But now, until next time, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, take it easy, bro.
Yep.
All right. So let me see. The Phenom is very level cutting. I agree, Will. Yeah. That precision is there with the Phenom. Yo, I pre-ordered the TPOB Go with their new blades. Okay, that's what's up. And it comes with the 4-hole bracket, so I have a feeling I might be good with Andis blades. The new Gold Clipper Architect blade looks like it's going to be great for waivers. We'll see. Does it look like any of the OGs? Yeah, the detachables have the correct number of teeth per blade. 2 or the 1.5 detachable for waivers. Yeah, so I used to do a 1.5 all the time on me, but I will say this too. Not everybody has a certain, like, okay, I have this Puerto Rican kid. He has waves, but he has huge waves. Like his waves are like, you can count how many waves he really has. It's like 12. Respectfully, I'm not using a 2 or 1.5 on him. Anything, I'm using a 4 close around his swirl, and then I'm doing a 3 open to a 3 close, depending on how it lays down. So for me, that depends on hair texture too, but the type of blade I use is where it really hits home. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get going, dog. I appreciate everybody that came through. Why when I click on this comes up? Let's remove that. Let's add this to the stage. If y'all have not watched this video, watch the video. Let me know your thoughts. I appreciate y'all for letting me know your lineup. I have no problem with anybody else having a different lineup, but this is just the stuff that I have used. Now I have not gotten the Diamantes. I'm still waiting on those. I got them on pre-order at a bar, at a supply store, and it seems like they just been sold out, like not sold out, but like they just waiting on shipment. So when I get my Diamantes, this can change. The list is fluid. The more and more I use the stuff, the more and more I see more benefits, or the more the cons and stuff like that. It is what it is. But some of this stuff y'all have seen has been staying true. Y'all seen the Cyborgs on my list for like 2 years now. The Hy-Vis has been on the list. The Annis Phenoms are new. The GTX is new. The T45 is new. The JRL has been on my list. So that being said, I'm staying consistent with what I say on what I like, but there are some contenders. Now, it's interesting enough that it's hard. I honestly think there's going to be it's going to be hard. Like this lineup, from a lot of stuff that I have used, there's 3 trimmers on this lineup. I feel like I can go against any other trimmer, but we're still coming out with stuff. They're still doing, new and different things, and we shall see. But I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all go ahead and take it easy. Hopefully you guys have a great week, and continue to strive, for better. Plan, eat healthy, read your word, stay prayed up, love your family, live in peace. Don't be with the whole clickbait stuff. Don't get into stuff that we don't need to. Life is too short for that anyway. So yeah, man, I love, sharing this time with y'all, and I appreciate it for y'all sharing it with me as well. He said Diamante won't change your list. It's slightly better than the Onyx, but not enough when it comes to performance. Okay, we shall see. We shall see what my take is. But y'all have a blessed night. Y'all take it easy.